the beginning of this year, I made a Goodreads account to keep track of my manga collection. And as I went through and was marking everything, I did kind of realize that I took a significant step back in the amount of content that I read last year, especially compared to the year before. And to be fair to myself, I did start a new job last year and it's third shift, so I don't really have a lot of free time to read as I'd like, but still, I wanted to set a new goal for myself of 300 volumes of manga this year. And in January alone, I read 67. And here's a picture of them on screen so you could see all of them. I did forget to grab one volume, and another one was just online only. There's no English physical release, but still you can kind of see that I took this way more seriously than even I thought that I would going into this year. And I think that's kind of a good thing. And I want to keep it up throughout the year, even though I'm already, almost a third of the way to my goal a month in. I want to be serious and I want to do this. So I am going to bring back an old series that I did on TikTok called Monthly Manga Monday, and I'm going to revamp it. I'm going to come on here and I'm going to talk about every series that I read instead of just series I bought. I'm going to do this at the beginning of every month on the first Monday of the next month, and hopefully that'll keep me on track for this. I'm going to post shortened versions, probably cut down with just like the ones that I like on TikTok. I might just chop up this whole video and put it on TikTok. If you're seeing this on YouTube, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. For this first month, I'm going to go in alphabetical order. For the next couple months, I'm going to do them in order of how I read them across the month. I just didn't kind of decide to do this until too late. And I'm going to do very short little tidbits about each series because I don't want to go on about these for an hour. I want this to be nice and concise because I don't like talking too long because I start to sound like an idiot like I do now. First month, starting with Alice in Borderland. The mystery and the world are really cool and interesting. I really just wished I cared about the characters more. But I do think that'll probably get better across different volumes. I'm just through volume 1. Attack on Titan, the full color edition. I like Attack on Titan. I don't think I have to say much about this. It's really cool to see it redone in the manga in color, especially because the manga's style isn't the most appeasing to me personally. Blue Box. I don't know if it's because the romance is incredibly boring or if I just really don't like the my crush moves in with me trope. It's not my favorite. There are characters I really like, but overall, it's just kind of fine. Blue Period. Yaguchi is an incredibly frustrating main character to follow. Maki is back in this volume, so I can't complain that much about it. I love Maki. I wish it was a split focus story between Yaguchi and Maki. I made a tweet about that not too long ago. I think it was right after I read this volume to like differentiate the series, but yeah, overall it's fine. Bleach. I got through the Soul Society arc because I'm reading them in box sets. I paused when I was done with the first one. Only people who hate Bleach are people who have not read Bleach, and that rings through after reading it. The series is great. I know I've not gone very far into the big three. I've really avoided them for a long time, but Bleach is my favorite so far. Candy and Cigarettes. I really like the dynamic of the main characters. It just kind of feels like it's going to be pretty formulaic. I'm hoping they don't get stuck in that kind of thing, but then again, there's promise there for sure. Crazy Food Truck. Speaking of formulaic, no, I actually really like this volume a lot more than the first one. Separating the main characters for a while is hopefully going to make me care more about at least one of them. I think it's a series I will enjoy more over time, but I don't have high hopes for it. Die Dark. The character designs really stand out, and I love the art style, even though I have no fucking clue what's going on half the time. That's probably because I'm dumb. I do really enjoy the series. Don to Don. This is one that I actually thought that I was going to like way more than I did. I feel like the story gets distracted a lot. Like right when we're about to like have something important happen or have big character growth, it either gets distracted by like adding fan service in or like going a different direction. And it's not my favorite, but it's still a good series. I'm going to keep it up. I might eventually catch up to it on the app. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Why are her siblings so pale? All I have to say about that series. Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. I read so much dog shit romance, referred to the prior series I just talked about. I kind of forgot how good it feels to read a genuine romance, even if it makes me feel like really sad and alone. It's just really nice to see a romance that I can actually like get invested in and feel good about. I don't know. I kind of just said the same thing twice, but you kind of get what I mean. Elusive Samurai. I started reading this because my favorite manga artist joined as an assistant, and the art is the standout thing about it. A lot of the characters have potential, but they all feel very dull, and the story knows where it needs to go, it just doesn't know how to get there. The random gore and body horror does not distract from the fact that it does not know where it's going. Oguchi joining in for the art, I will keep up, at least until the point where he did join in. I'm not sure how far that is. The Galaxy Next Door, I don't really know how to talk about or what to say about it. It's very strange because the story felt like it was dragging on and then suddenly like made a full volume jump where like we missed a lot of things that could have happened when he got the stinger removed. I like the characters enough that I don't really mind about how like weird the pacing has felt. But it is something that I'm like gonna look out for in the future and hope kind of gets kind of leveled out, I guess. Gigant. The series has the worst ending that I have ever read, on top of being the most painfully wannabe edgy thing I've ever seen. Do not read it. Golden Sheep is a disappointing ending a la A Silent Voice, the manga. The movie, I think, has a better ending. I'm fine with giving happy endings to everyone, but at least give some consequences to them as well. I feel like there's no consequences at the end of either of that series for the people who are actually genuinely shitty during it. Goodnight Pun Pun. I read the first volume and I have no fucking clue what I read. I bought the second volume though. I don't think it's going to clear anything up. I think I am going to be entirely confused the entire time, and I'm not against that, honestly. Jujutsu Kaisen, the light novel Summer of Ashes, Autumn of Dust. Gojo seems like the type of guy who listens to music on YouTube. That's all I'm saying about that one. Kaiju number 8 is one that I'm probably going to catch up to on the app soon because I'm really enjoying it. The kaiju and weapon designs are great, but I don't really care about the story or characters that much. The characters kind of range from being annoying at worst and tolerable at best, but I think that's something that can get better over time because there is, again, potential there. Kiruru Kill Me. She does not try to kill him once this entire volume, which is volume 3. I want my money back. Balloon Generic Romance. God, I fucking love this series. The mystery, the romance, the world, the art, the characters, they're all kind of just perfect, in my opinion, like suited to my preferences, I guess is what I should say. If you've read Kowloon and you have recommendations for a series that are similar to it, please give me those recommendations because I would love to read more stuff like this, like mystery romance with like kind of a mysterious world. I think it's great. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. I have a very hard time not comparing this series to Komi, but it really does feel like a mixture of Komi and Nagatoro without the fun characters of Komi or the fun situations of Nagatoro, which is disappointing because it's like a better romance than both of those. But like the story itself just doesn't feel as good because it's lacking anything special about it, is what I'm going to say. In the Land of Leodale is the first isekai I've ever read that I've actually enjoyed. I hope we get to see more of the world though, because it kind of feels like she's going to be stuck in the capital for a while. And I think that's the worst possible thing that could happen for this series. Astral Magic and Muscles. I want so badly to like the series, but there's no likable characters. The plots and fights are just straight up boring. But I am still excited for the anime. I feel like the anime will make the fights more interesting. I just really want to like the series more than I actually do like it. Mirko-chan, these last 2 volumes have really toned back the fan service and focused way more on advancing the plot. And that's kind of what I've been waiting for in it. The art is horrifying. It's a great series. It was kind of just held back by the amount of fan service. So I really liked volumes 5 and 6. Oshinoko. I am so happy that no one spoiled me on this before I read it. I heard about how good it was, but no one spoiled any of the plot detail. And that ended up being great because I had no idea what I was going into. About halfway through, I was thinking, man, this is kind of overhyped. And then it fucking ripped my heart out in the second half. And it has been like weeks since I read it, and I have not recovered. It's fucking incredible. And I'm so excited to see where it goes. Our Teachers Are Dating. I feel like I should have finished this series a long time ago. I've been sitting on the last 2 volumes for a long time. Yeah, I mean, the ending was super cute. The marriage is cute. I just wish it was longer because the romance was like really comforting for me to read. Like it was very much a comfort series for me, and I don't feel like it lasted long enough. Peter Grill, this series makes me laugh. That's all I really have to say about it. Yeah, I don't need to talk more. Record of Ragnarok is a series that just isn't made for me, and that's perfectly fine because it is made for other people. The thing I look most for in a story is how much I like the characters, and due to the nature of the series, there are kind of just no characters that I like in it. It's a Tournament to the Death series. Pretty much the characters are going to die before you actually care about them. And the Valkyries, they're characters, I guess. Soul Eater, Maka gives me gender envy. Wait, is that the only note I wrote down for this series? Wow, great, cool. A Summertime Rendering. Will it make people mad if I call this Tokyo Revengers but better? It's kind of a bad comparison, but the time travel is just way more interesting, and I actually like the characters in this series. Not that there aren't likable characters in Tokyo Revengers. Takamichi is just not a character that's likable, and all the characters in Summertime Rendering are. Thus spoke Rohan Kishibe. Part 4 is my favorite JoJo part, but I've never been a big Rohan fan, and stories like this do nothing to make me like him more. And the last series is Witch Watch. This is the one I had to read online because there's no English physical release, unfortunately, and it's really good. I kind of waited to start this because I was deterred from the lack of an English release. But it's a really cute story, and it's definitely going to fill that like magic story niche that's going to be open for me once Ginka and Gluna get canceled in a couple weeks. So yeah, that's all of them. If you listen to all of this, thank you so much. And I'm sorry. I just really like talking about the things I enjoy because I think a lot of manga, anime, TikTok, and I don't really watch as many YouTube videos, but especially TikTok and Twitter are really focused on negativity and talking about series you don't like and shitting on series that you don't like. And I'd really rather talk about the things I do like and the things that I'm reading right now. I would say if you're coming from TikTok, thank you, but pretty much everyone who's going to watch this is coming from my TikTok. So thank you so much for coming and actually watching this video. If you somehow found this video not from my TikTok, also thank you for watching, and you should actually check out my TikTok. I actually post over there less consistently than I used to, but still fairly consistently. I do mostly Genshin content, but I am transitioning back into doing more manga content because I've been reading a lot more manga recently, and it makes me happy. So thank you guys for watching. I do have a couple videos planned. I'm planning to do an iconic Banashi video with the 1 year anniversary coming up next week. I wanted to do a video about why anime manga TikTok is dying. I've had that planned for months and I haven't done it. I might get around to doing that soon. But if I don't get it to either of those videos, I will definitely see you back here next month for monthly Manga Monday of February because I really want to hold myself to doing this series. So thank you guys so much.